Welcome, guys, to Better Globally, where we explore the art of becoming better. Today, we have a very special guest. Honestly, I've been following you on Twitter for a while now, so it's a pleasure to have you here. And it's also an honor because it's your first podcast.
It is. First podcast ever.
Yeah, so we have Frederik. If you see those monkeys, so this is his brand. It's MonkeWorld, right?
MonkeWorld, yeah.
Okay, bro, listen, I have so many questions. It seems like a different idea, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah, so if you had to just quickly introduce yourself, tell me, or actually tell the viewers what they should know.
All right, so my name is Frederik Feldt. I'm 20 years old. I started selling monkeys when I was 19. I started posting monkeys on social media when I was 18. And basically, it all started as a joke. So I'll give you some background. I got the monkey off of Instagram Reels, I would say. One day I was just scrolling randomly. I just got home from school. I was in my second year, and I scrolled through Instagram Reels, and I saw this monkey, and somebody dropped it on the floor, and I was like, I need to have it. I actually need to have this. And something went off in my brain. I don't know what it was, but I sat for like, I think an hour, scrolled through Amazon Italy, Amazon Germany, Amazon UK, Amazon US. I couldn't find it anywhere until I found it on, well, I think I actually found it on Amazon Germany, which was the last one I looked for. And I got it about a week later. I had it in my hands. And, you know, it was just like a joke. I just played around with it. I had no intentions of like posting videos.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I actually want to kind of recreate this video that I saw like the week earlier. So I went out to my bathroom floor, dropped it real quick, posted it, and it ripped to 40 million views.
Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, because one of the other videos had like, when it fell, it had like some sound. This one was just, you just literally just drop it. Yeah. It's so funny because like the simplest videos can go viral on TikTok. Exactly. I think that's the beauty of it.
And this product is just, you know, it's easy to go viral with. But yeah, I can give you some more info on it. So when I posted that video, I went to work in the restaurant I was working in. I didn't know anything about it had gone viral.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, because it was on my personal profile too, Frederik Feldt. And I had no idea. So I went in real quick and just checked. And I could see, before I went in the TikTok app, I could see the plus 99 on the notification thing. And when I went in, the little thing that pops up in the bottom telling you how many followers you have, it was like plus 5,000, like 500 comments, like insane amounts. So I was crazy. Like, what the fuck just happened? So I went in and it was at 1 million views maybe. And then I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll leave my phone in my pocket for the whole duration of the shift. I told everyone at my job, and we all checked it after the 5-hour shift or something, and it was at 7 million views after such a short amount of time. So that was when I kind of knew, okay, it can't be on my personal profile because people are following to see the monkey, so I'll rebrand it to Monkeyman317. That was the first name. And then later on, it became MonkeWorld official.
That's crazy. So wait, it was the first video you posted about those monkeys?
Yeah, that was the first video. And then I posted more, obviously, after that. Yeah. But I didn't start selling them until I had, oh, it sounds stupid, but I didn't sell my first monkey until I had 1 million followers.
I mean,
I don't know why, but...
So wait, before you hit the 1 million followers, you were just posting videos of I
just viewed it as a hobby, just like something I did for fun on the side. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have definitely sold them from the get-go if I knew how to do it. But that's lack of experience. So I didn't have any experience really. I had some e-com experience a little bit, but it never really worked out for me prior to that. So, yeah.
getting to 1 million, I mean, at least you already had a big audience that you could like sell to, and like they were literally there just to watch videos of this monkey getting splashed.
True.
Yeah, that's cool. So you told me how this thing started. So in the beginning, you were like drop shipping it, or how did that work?
That was the plan. So to start off with, when I just launched my first website, it was super bad, by the way. I made it in maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes, because I saw somebody else starting to try and drop ship the monkey. So I naturally got mad because I felt like it was my like thing.
Yeah.
So I instantly went to AliExpress or something, found a monkey, set up the website, and I thought it was good to go. And I launched the website, posted one video.
Yeah.
And I got 700 orders in like 2 days.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. And I was just like, I was kind of like, whoa. Because before that, I was actually desperate for money. Like, I'd lost my, girlfriend, my job, my apartment, just like a week before or something. And that's the whole reason why I started because before that too, I hadn't been posting on the monkey account for 8 months.
Yeah.
So I started only posting again and trying to sell them because I really fucking needed money to pay for my rent and, my last deposit and stuff like that. But no, so I sold the 700, and when they were about to drop ship them, the supplier told me they couldn't drop ship it either way because inside is this fine white sand.
Yeah.
And if you drop ship those one by one into the US, they're going to think it's coke inside, because it's fine white sand. And there's no certifications on it. There's no lab tests, no test reports. So I quickly found out I had to buy in bulk, get children's certificates, lab tests, ERC 2071 and 72 reports, all this not random, but different reports I needed to get. And they cost money, and the inventory cost money, and I didn't sell it at the right price point at that point. So ultimately, I lost money on this first 700, and I had a 700 pissed customers because I sold those 700 in April, and the last customer received it in August.
And what do you mean last customer? Like from those 700 orders?
From those 700 orders, most of them got delivered in August because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was trying to drop ship it. Then the supplier who was trying to drop ship it for me told me that they couldn't do it, but I'd already sent them money. So it took a month to get the money back. I got banned on PayPal. I didn't know how to fucking book a vessel, like a ship. I didn't know how to source these products in a good way. But it just took a shitload of time, a shitload of responding to customer emails, and a shitload of chargebacks also. Chargebacks on Shopify, and they cost, I think it's an additional $15 for everyone you lose. For a chargeback. So you lose the revenue and $15, and I had a few hundred of those. So I just lost money on those first 700. And
it's insane to think that like you literally just wanted to sell a fucking stupid toy, and they said, "Oh no, fuck, it's a cocaine. We can ship it," and then all those problems come in. I think this is what like a lot of people may get wrong because they think everything is so easy, whatever. But then like once you start, when all the shit starts coming at you. Here, you had to get those lab certifications, different permits, all this bullshit. And you did all of this when you were like 19.
19, yeah. But that's the thing about, and some people hate it, some people love it. I personally love it. When you start a business and when you run a business, when you wake up, every day I wake up, I have 20, 25 emails that I just have to like scour through.
Yeah.
And it's all these different small problems. Like my supplier has one, a retailer has one, like a customer has one that's been forwarded to me because it's something I need to look at for some reason. I don't deal with fucking customer support anymore, but sometimes they get up to me and I don't know why. We have designers, we have, people DMing me on Instagram. That's also a big thing. On TikTok, you need to check the videos. Like, there's always all these different, like, micro problems that you just have to solve throughout the day. So it's also, when people ask me, like, does it seem like you work too much? And, like, how much do you actually work a day? And how they picture work is me sitting down like this, like, fucking hitting my keyboard for, like, 12 hours a day, because then it's hard work. But each time, every day I wake up, it's on my mind. I basically work from my phone a lot, right?
Yeah.
But from the point I wake up, it's constantly on my mind, the business. To the point I go to sleep, it's on my mind. And you probably know this too.
Yeah, 100%. My girlfriend is like, and I actually tweeted about this. I was working, it was like Saturday evening, my girlfriend was getting ready to like go out with her friend to like a restaurant or something. And she's there getting ready and it's like, is he working on a Saturday evening? And I was like, and no, she was like, yeah, he never stops.
Yeah.
So like,
exactly.
I mean, honestly, like if
it's
you're
non-stop.
really passionate about it, that's how it honestly should be. Like,
but it doesn't feel like work. It feels like a passion.
Or something that you like, and it just happens that you.
Exactly.
I mean, this is like I think also a problem for a lot of entrepreneurs, because you cannot get rid of the thoughts of your business throughout the day.
No,
even if
can't.
you don't want to think about it, you always think about it, whether you like it or not.
Exactly, bro. But also, I think that's why most people aren't cut out for running a business, because they don't really realize how hard it actually is.
Yep.
Of course, you can go on Twitter and you can go on Instagram and TikTok and make it seem easy, like a lot of us do, me included. I don't really post every mistake I make. I don't post every trouble I have in the business.
There will be too many.
Exactly. It'd be too much. It wouldn't make sense to like post every time I had a problem.
Yeah.
It would just be weird, right? So I just handle those in my own little world. But most people just aren't cut out for it, because the first year and a half when I ran MonkeWorld, when I ran MonkeWorld, I didn't make money. I lost money. And naturally, any other person who wouldn't know the game would probably stop after losing money for a year. But then I saw an opportunity to launch on Amazon, and I did that, and I started making money, and I started utilizing that Amazon platform and leveraging that to make even more money, and now new products, and more money.
Yeah.
So that's how you got to be really, like, when people say, oh, just keep working hard, just never give up. It's hard not to give up sometimes. It really, it's really hard. Like, but you actually need to keep going, even if it's for a year, it's 1.5 years, maybe 2 years sometimes that you don't make money. If you know you can be successful with your products, then go for it. And the reason I knew, even though I was losing money, I had 2.5 million followers that loves watching the content and always ask, where's my monkey and how can I get a monkey? So if I didn't have that, if I had been going on it for a year without any followers, without any social proof, then it probably wouldn't have made sense to continue, and then I probably would have stopped. But that's another story. So you need to have something to like prove that your business can work.
Yeah, I mean, having 2.5 million followers, that was on TikTok, right? So, I mean, this is like an asset, technically.
Yes.
Like, you already have the audience. This is your asset.
Yes.
You just need to, like, make sure you utilize it.
Exactly.
But I totally get what you're saying. Like, people just give up after... I personally lost so much fucking money on different little ventures.
Me too.
Yeah, but honestly, this is what, like, it's needed. And without it, I mean, I don't think any, like, successful entrepreneur or whatever business they have, it's like the first thing they do and it's already, like, successful, everything goes right.
Yeah.
This is not how it works.
No.
People don't realize that.
That's never how it works. I've had, I think, 5, 6 companies from I was 15 until I was 18, 19. That all just failed horribly, like $0 in revenue. but I spent a shitload of time on it. So I learned how to do a lot of different shit. Didn't make money, but I learned how to do stuff.
Yep. This is, I'm sure you probably follow Alex Hormozy and stuff.
A lot of people talk about him, but I actually don't follow him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know he does podcasts, right?
Yeah, I mean, he does podcasts. He basically now has a company that helps businesses scale. He worked with like...
Oh, wait, he launched a book, right?
Yeah, $100 million leads.
Yeah, when I was in LA, one of the guys had a book from him, I think. And they were talking about him.
He's very big on social media now. I mean, he's like been taking it seriously for like a year and a half, and he's like millions of followers all over social media. But basically, like, what I really like about him is that he can take all those very complex and hard business topics and put them in like a very simple terms.
Yeah.
Just so like everybody understands. So I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And regarding that, he was saying, you know, for example, online courses is like a very big thing on the internet and stuff. And he was saying it's not that you're going to buy your first course and it's going to change your life right away.
No.
But the goal of this course or whatever you do is to get you like one step closer to where you want to get.
Exactly.
And I think that's how you should look at it. Because, you know, first business or those failed businesses, of course, you lost money, but like you already learned something, you know, maybe why it didn't work out. You acquired a skill or you just have a knowledge of why this didn't work out. So this makes you smarter. For example, when you start your next business, you already know to not do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's also what I think about sometimes when people ask me, like, what are you going to do if it fails? Like, if I fail, you should see my notes app. Like, I have a few notes maxed out with just business ideas.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are going to work too, I bet. And people aren't doing them right now. Well, some people are. You need some competition before you start, but it's a good point with the courses, because I think, to be honest, I personally never have paid for a course, but I have paid for it in another sense, because you can pay for an actual structured course,
yeah,
or you can pay to launch a business and fail,
yeah,
and that's a course in itself, the course of failure, you know, and that's where I ultimately found I learned the most, because when I just launched myself into it with the 700 orders, I needed to source, I needed to get lab tests, I needed to get designs done for some packaging, I needed all these different kinds of shit. I still lost money, but I learned so much about negotiations, about trading, about logistics, a lot about logistics.
Yeah, I'm sure like running a business with like a product business is a lot of freaking logistics, and logistics are not easy. I mean, honestly, I really like what you said, and I can, based on what you said, you basically are the type of person that like learns by taking action.
Yeah.
You know, you can only learn so much. I feel like that was my problem personally, because I always felt like, oh, I need this course. I need to like watch this video because I feel like I will learn something that will change the trajectory of whatever I do. But the problem is like I wasn't implementing enough, and I was just like constantly looking for more knowledge. And you were the other way. You were maybe not learning as much like formally or like courses, videos. You were just
like
doing
theoretical.
This. Yeah. I mean, practice is always way better.
Yeah. I mean, both work, and I know a lot of people who have done both, and both sides of those people, it worked out great.
Yeah.
Even with you have a podcast, a great one. And you know, like if you're a courses type of person, that might as well even work out better than if you're an actions type of person, because courses have it all like lined up. You know what to do, how to do it, everything.
Yeah.
When taking action and learning by taking action, it takes a lot longer time, because you don't know what to do. You're just doing something, and you're learning from whatever you're doing. You don't know how to learn this or how to learn that. You learn it randomly. And many of those people who take action to learn stuff, they're still taking action and failing.
Yeah.
When you can buy a course and watch it in a couple of weeks and learn everything from there. But I do get it that courses might be harder to implement in your day-to-day life. like actually learning from them. It's like school basically.
Yeah.
Like you learn more about starting a business from actually starting a business than going to business school, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. I mean, I think the most important part is like, even if you're learning, if you're reading a book, if you're watching a course, whatever it could be, it's like you watch it and you implement. I was always like just watching and then watching more and then watching more and so on.
And it's hard to watch a lot of like fucking videos all the time.
Yeah. So you can, of course, save a lot of time if you, like, for example, watch a course and then you implement it. Then you're not going to make some mistakes. I was about to say. No, but basically, like, I think this needs to be the part of the implementation. And, I mean, you seem like you're doing great at it.
Yeah. I think I like to think I do great at it. But there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not where you want to be yet.
No,
but like I
not
said,
yet.
you're getting closer every single day.
Exactly. When I'm looking, if Frederik from a year ago was looking at me now, I think he would be very happy and very proud of what the year has brought him.
Yeah.
Because a year ago, actually, about this week, it has been 12 full months of me selling on Amazon. And the first week I sold on Amazon, I like didn't sell much. I sold like few units. Didn't think it was going to be anything big.
Yeah.
I was just kind of doing Amazon as like a last shot before I closed the business. I'd probably like, I had a dream actually when I just started that I could take it to like $3,000 a week, the business through Amazon. And now it's like 100 or 6 figures a month, which is a lot more than 3,000 a week.
Well, your dream came true.
Exactly, the dream, in fact, did come true. But, you know, I want a lot of different new products. I want to do some other cool stuff like cartoons, a little bit of IP, and yeah, just a bunch of different things to take it to the next level. And that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Was like the Amazon the thing that really changed the trajectory of your business when you started selling it on Amazon?
Yeah. So I graduated in 2022.
Graduated from high school?
High school, yeah. It's like a mix between, it's basically Danish high school. It's 3 years. You can choose between business, normal, and biological. Kind of these 3 high schools.
I get what you're saying. In Poland, it's kind of similar.
Yeah.
I know that like here in States, it works differently, but like I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can like
people may not have the full context, but whatever. It's not time for that.
You can choose between these 3 schools. It's 3 years. It's basically a high school. Okay. So when I graduated high school in Denmark, of course, it was a blast. I had just started selling the monkeys. I thought I made a shit ton of money, went to the clubs, bought the tables, just fucking spent so much money. And the thing is, it was the business money. It wasn't my money. Like, so I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Because all the money from Shopify was paying out to my personal account.
Yeah.
So I just thought that, well, okay, because I didn't know any about taxes and anything about like the laws and like when you had your own business. But I luckily got that figured out after. But I just went to a shitload of like graduation parties. Didn't really work on the business, and the 700 units I still hadn't delivered. You know, I really didn't give a shit for some reason, which was really stupid. And what happened after the summer was I'd finally gotten all the units delivered at actually my last graduation party. I drove there because I needed to get up early the next morning, but I sat in the car and got confirmation that the last one was delivered.
Finally.
And then I went to the party. I had one of my other friends convince him to drive home so I could just fucking, get wasted. But that's a sidetrack. No, after the summer, every single one of my friends went to get a regular job. where you come in every day and you socialize with the people at your job. I had MonkeWorld, so I didn't have anybody to socialize with. I didn't know anybody. Yeah, I had my monkeys in my parents' basement, but that was it. So what happened was, for some reason, I kind of got influenced by, like the money motivation TikTok like side of things where everyone is like, you need to go ghost for like 4 months and just like grind on your business and just work out every day and just do all this different shit, like go on a diet, eat healthy, eat clean, all this different like this like life template almost that I was trying to put on my life. And what happened was I started going to the gym 6 times a week. I stopped seeing my friends. I started working a lot on the business, even though it didn't really work out. I started eating clean. I started doing all this, all that. I stopped like nicotine because I was like hooked on that before the summer ended.
The Zins or just like cigarettes?
Yeah, Zins. Like a Danish version is called Velo.
Yeah.
Shout out Velo. But no, so I started doing all this shit, and what happened was my friends, they were like, we have this group chat, so they were constantly like, oh, let's go out this weekend. Oh, I'm hosting a little get together at my place, like, and they kept like calling me, Fred, what are you doing? And I was like on this like ghost mission for some reason to like make a lot of money or whatever it was. But what happened was I got extremely lonely because I didn't see any people. Like my brothers were also in school. I was just like home all the time, fucking went to the gym like late at night. That wasn't very fun either. I had no social life. My friends stopped like texting me to go out with them because they were like, okay, he doesn't like us anymore, which it of course seemed like, but it wasn't the case. So I got really like lonely. I got kind of depressed, and the business was just tanking. Like I was trying everything I could, making videos, like everything to get the sales to go up. I think it dropped from maybe like 20K a month to between 10 and 20K a month to like 3 to 4K. And 3 to 4K wasn't profit. That was losing money right there because, the prices I got at that time per unit were kind of outrageous. So I was like, I spoke to my dad, should we just fucking close this shit up and I'll go find a regular job because this is inconsistent. I didn't have any income.
Yeah.
Luckily, I lived at my dad's house, at my parents' house. But yeah, so I knew either, because he told me, either you need to like get your shit together and actually do some shit with this business. I don't care how it is. You need to just sell some more product.
Yeah.
Or you can go the boring way and you can
get a job,
get a normal job, close the business and start fucking study, which was probably like that was my nightmare, to start studying and getting a job in a restaurant and fucking just like living this normal life that I was used to. Like I can't live a normal life. I'm just not that type of person. I want some challenges all the time. So like, all right, fuck it, I'll give it one last shot. I found Amazon, sent it into Amazon, and then it fucking took off from there. So, but we had a lot of issues with Amazon still, but
there's always going to be issues, whatever you do.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like putting it on Amazon, like the turning moment for your business?
Yes.
That suddenly you just start getting like a lot of sales and stuff?
Yeah, so when I started putting on Amazon, I also started to think differently. So what I did differently was, instead of going to training in the night, like at 11 p.m., and not seeing my friends, I started inviting my friends to go work out with me, but at maybe 10 a.m., like early in the day. So I had it done because that was just so much better. Because when I didn't work out and I knew I had to work out, but I had to wait the whole day till like 11 p.m., it's just like a mind like struggle. So I started really focusing on my social life, on networking, like going to different events, going fucking clubbing, going to this and that, just to go meet people, right?
Yep.
And I started seeing my friends again. I started selling more product on Amazon, started making more money, like started to get into a good groove, like looked good, felt good, you know, smelled good, had good friends, had good network. And that's kind of how I turned it. But how I also started thinking differently was when I didn't make any money with the business, the videos I posted, you could kind of feel as when you were viewing it from an outside perspective, you could kind of feel it was a ploy to like make money, like get people to buy the product. It was too salesy, too like
too pushy, like
too pushy. I was trying to push the product into people's face, and they don't like that. You need to really you need to have the customer pull the product out from you. They need to find it themselves. They need to do whatever they want to do to find it and buy it. But so I started posting like videos that people actually wanted to see, like just normal monkey drops again, like going on top of high buildings, dropping out from there, like a water tower, all this.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I watched the video, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was in 2 parts, so I had to watch the other part too.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. There's always 2 parts, But that's what you can really do, because actually the major turning point for the TikTok was also in December, I think. I went to my old school, and we had this like big staircase. I went up and I dropped it down, and I found this viral sound, and I made like kind of a template, like at the 3rd second I put this text here, at the 4th I put this here. I cut the sound exactly like this, so under drop it lands, you know, the fucking you know the song, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of found this like groove, and ever since December, and that video I posted has like 2 million likes or something, like 2.5 million likes. So ever since that day in December, where I knew I'd found like a template, I've used that ever since. I've posted it over 40 times, and every single time it's never gotten beneath 1 million views. I just posted one like 10 days ago. It's at 25 million views, and it's the same video that I took almost a year ago now.
So now I have a couple questions. So first thing, you were talking about, you know, living this entrepreneurial lifestyle, you know, the Sigma grinder, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
Basically,
that's
like
some bullshit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, like, I kind of believe that. I mean, of course, you have to work out, you have to eat clean.
Yeah.
You have to do all of that stuff to just, like, make your body work better. But the thing that is missing is often the balance.
Yeah. Exactly. It's balance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been in the same shoes, you know. Sometimes I just I have like one friend that I only hang out with.
Hey, man.
I went goes for like 6 months. I mean, you know, I was just working.
Exactly.
But then, so I'm part of a fraternity, you know. Hang out with the boys is always so fun. You know, I went once, first time in like fucking 6 months or whatever. It was so much fun, and I feel like it's just so healthy to, you know, socialize, get out there, because it's also like, if you're not happy or if you're not socializing with people, you don't have this balance, it's just on your mind constantly, and, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's, of course, you cannot, if you're like an entrepreneur, you should not probably go out every single weekend, get fucked up and stuff.
No, I mean, that's
I see you maybe don't agree with me here.
Depending how you look at it, because it's really, really true what you just said about it's you can do whatever you want with your life. Go train like 8 times a week, twice a day, like, I don't know, something, but it's all about balance at the end. Like, that's so true.
Yeah.
But if you really want to, all right, so look at it like this. So if you're a young entrepreneur and you really want to meet people, you really want to create genuine connections, I think you should take a couple months where you go out every weekend. And it's not to like actually have fun. You won't have to drink. You won't have to like get absolutely wasted every time. But you wouldn't believe how many of my really good friends and really good business connections I've actually met, like when I was out and about, like at a bar, at a club, like because then when you're a little bit drunk, drinking a little bit, even if you haven't, at like the bar, usually at the bar, and like go to a nice dinner or something, you talk with the people like on a little bit of a deeper level, I feel like, after a while. So that's actually how I've met a lot of my accomplices and like friends, and a couple of business connections also, and just people who can like, what you really meet in the city and at the clubs is people who are really connected. So if you get good friends with that guy you met at the club, let's call him fucking Benjamin or something, and he turns out to be some super like connected guy, he might make another money too, but fuck that. If he has 100 different friends and he can get you into every fucking restaurant, every club, every fucking everything you want, that's a night worth out to me. But of course, that's if you look at it that way. If you look at it in a way where you just need to get out and fucking get drunk, like, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't go out that much either, to be honest. I used to. Now it's maybe like a couple times every other month. No, not a week.
No, I feel you. I think all it comes down to, everything you just said comes down to the intentions. Because, sometimes your intention is just to get wasted, do like literally nothing. But sometimes if you like actually go to an event, whatever it could be, and if you're there with the intention, okay, I'm there to like meet some people, I'm gonna go out, like go talk to this person, I'm gonna drink maybe a little bit just for to get in the vibe, whatever. Like, that's, I could see like maybe this you can even do like a couple times a week, of course.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's all about the intention, and the intention and balance. That's basically the playbook.
Yep. Intention and balance. If you're listening to this, it's about intention and
balance.
So then you mentioned something about the videos. So one of my questions is, what does it take to make a viral video?
Okay, so there's a couple different ways. You can go viral on 3 terms, basically. One is functionality. If you post a video that people can actually use in their day-to-day lives. You can go viral if something is really either unpredicted or very, very funny. And how you know it's funny is basically by just looking at other funny videos on TikTok. Like, look up the hashtag funny or the skull emoji or the like crying emoji, because that's what people use to determine funny, and scroll through the videos, and you'll get a kind of a sense of what the TikTok audience finds funny, because obviously, like, being funny is subjective.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends who like show me, oh, look, Fred, look at this really funny video, and it's just not that funny. But yeah, look through the funny videos if you want to do a funny video. Find out what people think is funny, and you might just have one in your camera roll already that you don't know about. And if you haven't posted it, you might like try and post it, and it might go viral. But the third thing, I said functionality, funny, unpredicted. The third thing is sex. Like, sex sells. It always has. It always will. It's in the human psychology. Girls, OnlyFans girls, they have, like, which OnlyFans girls doesn't have less than 100K followers? They all have over 100K followers.
Maybe if they just started.
Yeah, exactly. But they'll get there quick. I promise you that. Because all they, I've no hate to OnlyFans girls or people of that sort. Because I know a couple actually. They're really nice people. But it just is like remarkably easier to create the actual video of throwing on a quick bikini, learning a quick TikTok dance. Like, it doesn't take that long. Then what you do have to realize with OnlyFans girls and girls who are like showing them their body on TikTok and social media, because sex sells, is that it comes with a lot of trouble. So that's why I say no hate, because I have respect for OnlyFans girls, and I have respect for girls like showing off their body, because all the fucking creepy men in their DMs, all the I met one like really big OnlyFans girls at after party in LA in the hills, and she was such a sweetheart. Like she was really is a good person. I could tell. Like I could have this. Like I had this feeling she was a genuine good person. But what she told me was that every fucking creepy guy, every creepy drunk guy at the party had fucking grabbed her ass, grabbed her tits, because what they end up as OnlyFans girls and such is people, and especially men, look at them like extremely like objectified.
Like a thing, yeah, that's objects, a perfect word. Object, yeah.
But it was so funny because I'd never met an OnlyFans girl before, and I thought that I was like every other guy, like typical guy, like just objectifying them because I thought they were probably just gonna be like fucking assholes or whatever. But when I talked to like one like really big on the scene OnlyFans girl, I realized she was a normal person, and she was actually a really nice and genuine person. And it's just a line of work that kind of messes the perception of them up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, obviously, girls that have OnlyFans can be nice girls.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing
also
that
depends on what they post.
Yeah.
On OnlyFans. but yeah.
Contradicts that. But I mean, I personally think that like for girls to do OnlyFans is kind of like an easy way out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You literally don't even have to be super whatever.
Exactly. And that's that's also like, you can choose the easy way out on TikTok by putting on a bikini and dancing. It doesn't work as well anymore, but it does still work. Or you can take it a step further and start making money on it, but then you actually have to sell your body, and that's a whole nother like level of darkness, kind of, like, you know. But
it's
But what we came from was what goes viral. It's sex, it's functionality, and it's funny videos. Basically, those are the three main things. And then, yeah, that's you can kind of put every video you see into either one of those three. Yeah, I would say so.
So, also you mentioned a template.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've learned and watched a lot of videos of people that went viral multiple times, and they just say, hey, like, I just found the format and I'm literally repeating the same thing, but just putting it differently.
I was about to say that.
So tell me about, like, you said your template 3 second this, 4 second this, whatever sound at the drop.
Yeah.
But when you say that you use the same template for many videos and it's the same, do you mean that, like, for example, use the same sound, the same like structure, but like, I know the background or whatever changes?
Yeah, so what you really want to do if you want to get big on TikTok, and if you have a TikTok video go viral, try and posting it a few more times with like the same, not exactly the same video, but try posting videos in that like specific kind of niche that you found with the viral video.
Yeah.
And if those work, it's going to work for a very, very long time, and it's going to be very, very good. So when you find that video that kind of like catapults you into that niche template space, you just know you've like kind of struck gold. Because you see all these different, have you seen the guy, the British guy who does like voice impressions, or like the guy scooping ice cream on like video, or the guy making like Subway sandwiches, something like that, right? What did they post? They post the same shit every day, like every day, multiple times a day, and it's always the same intro. You can see this on YouTube too. YouTubers always have the same intro. They always edit the videos the same way, because people just love seeing the same shit from the same creator all the time. They don't want to see like a different intro every day. They want, maybe you can switch it up a little bit sometimes, but they don't want to see like different styles of editing, because what people, the audience, really do is they connect you to some sort of brand, It doesn't have to be any like with a logo and anything, but they know that you're this person because you edit like this, you talk like this, you film like this, and you write like this in your descriptions, right? So that's basically what I did. So I found the video that worked for me with the template, and I just kept posting it. So if you find that, keep posting it. You see it everywhere. I would even suggest to listeners to like other viewers, if when they go on TikTok the next time, if they see a viral video or viral person, an influencer, go on their profile, and I guarantee you it's going to be the same shit all over.
Yep.
All over the place. Because that's just how it works. People usually think they have to be like different all the time, and today I need to post a different video, and that was one of the mistakes I made too. That I needed to like do different trends, do different this and that, but you still need to. Of course, you need to switch it up sometimes. You know, like you can have one video and you can use a different sound. That's fine if the sound is trendy or if the sound is viral or something else, but the sound still has to like fit to your video, obviously. Yeah. You know the transition sound I always use, right? Like
the what?
You know the sound I usually use on my videos when I drop it off the building.
Yeah.
Like the din din din. But the one I posted 10 days ago, that was a different one. That was from do you know Adventure Time, the cartoon show?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this sound on TikTok from a guy from Adventure Time, and he said "fall," and the monkey is falling. So I thought, all right, I might as well try like putting that fall sound in like on a video with the monkeys falling off a building. So I did that, and that fucking just ripped. Like 25 million views, 10 days. I think it has, I don't remember, 2 million likes or something, maybe 1.5.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
How do you get a product into like thousands of fucking retail stores?
That's a good question. And there's a couple of different ways to do it. So the first way is to contact the retailers yourself and pitch your product.
When you say retailer, you mean, for example, like Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Walmart is probably extremely hard to get into if you've never been in retail before. But what you can do is you can contact them or fucking fly out to their office and sit in their lobby with your product and just demand to pitch someone.
How many times you've done that?
0 times, because I went another way. But you can do that. I did it with one company actually in Denmark, a Danish retailer. But you can either pitch them yourself, or you can go another route and get like an agent basically to like go out to different retailers that they already have connections with, pitch your product. If they like it, they buy it. They place like an order. You have to fulfill it, but they don't pay for 60 days or something. They have like payment terms. And the last is kind of the same as the second one, but the last one that's how we do it with hundreds of stores. It's kind of like a middleman, and it's called TikTok Made Me Buy It. It's a company, and what they do is they have deals with all these different retailers where they have like kind of like a section, and it's their logo. It's Made Me Buy It. # Made Me Buy It. Shout out Benjamin. Shout out Benjamin. He's a good man.
Thank you.
Another Benjamin also. But yeah, so they have these different sections in all these different retailers with only TikTok items. And it's really smart because then they go to the retailer. They say, we have this monkey product. We need that in our like shelves in your store. And the retailer goes, okay, yeah, let's buy 10,000 monkeys and let's try it out, right?
Yeah.
So they place it in the TikTok Made Me Buy It shelves. And that's basically how it works. So you can go pitch it your own, get an agent, or get like a middleman who's already in all the stores with their own like sections. So and just to clarify, that's #MadeMeBuyIt.com, I think. So if you have a TikTok product that's viral, you need to contact those guys. And that's Benjamin Kosinski is his name. Shout out Benjamin Kosinski.
Bro, his last name sounds very Polish.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't pronounce it correctly, but
probably
it
not,
sounds Polish.
Probably not.
That's crazy.
I think it's Kosinski. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Put me in touch with Ben. Maybe he's Polish too.
Maybe.
And we have both the same name.
I can show him after.
Okay, cool. So basically you're saying that the best way to like get into multiple stores is not to do it like yourself, is to like partner up with someone who already has done that.
I think if you want to get into like a lot of stores, you first of all need to have some sort of either financing or funding, or you need to sell a shit ton of products online. I would say you need to probably do around like $500,000 to $1 million USD per month before you go into like thousands of stores. Because
I mean, yeah, I can imagine, because like it's not that easy to just put it into thousands of stores.
That's actually one of the mistakes I kind of made. Like, I don't regret it, but I think MonkeWorld got into retail a little bit too early because the revenue isn't quite there to support like hundreds of thousands of like money we have to like go on a limb to like give to them, basically.
Yeah.
Because they have payment terms of up to 90 days. So what you do is you pay for all the products and you send it to them.
And they're not paying
you actually
for 90
don't know
days.
if you're going to get the money or not. You can just hope. So it's very, very, risky to do retail if you don't have a big enough cushion to fall back on if it fails for some reason, because you never know if the company you're dealing with is, of course, if it's Walmart, it's unlikely, but you never know if they just go bankrupt one day and like the next day create a new company with like almost the same name. Like they can do that and just fuck you completely over. I've heard stories of it. But yeah. So you just got to be careful. You can get insurances on stuff like that, like shipments and invoices. And yeah, there's a couple different ways to do it. But I think we probably went in a little bit too early with MonkeWorld. But
so yeah, that's honestly super interesting. I mean, I'm learning or just know more about like the online space. And this is like completely different story, because you don't have to fucking fulfill almost anything. I mean, usually like you fulfill your service or whatever digitally.
Yeah.
But this is like different story.
Yeah, it's another completely other thing. It's still online, of course, but you have to actually send a monkey in a box to someone somewhere around the globe. So that's how it's a little bit different.
What's like the biggest problem in your business that you're struggling with now?
Right now, I would probably say Cashflow, because now we landed like 1,000 retail stores almost.
Yeah, I saw the post.
And when you get into 1,000 retail stores and you don't do like high six figures each month in revenue, it's really hard, because you have to like basically put down six figures in like cost just to get those 1,000 retail stores like fulfilled with their product that they ordered. But the 1,000 retail stores won't pay you until 2 or 3 months after they've been delivered.
So this is what you were saying about this 90 days term.
So a net 90-day payment terms is you get paid 90 days after you deliver the product to the retailer. And usually lead time is maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So let's say 8 weeks before they get the product. But
you already paid for.
Exactly. You already paid for it. You already gave the money to them, basically. And now you just have to trust them. Let's say your product gets there after 8 weeks. That's 2 months. then additional 90 days. That's plus 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's 5 months of you not getting money, where you just have to spend it, but you don't get any revenue from it. So that's kind of tough on the cash flow right now, but we have some plans to figure it out with some financing right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, again, this is like all those terms. I think I learned this actually in school here.
Yeah.
Like lead time, and it just. I'm sure it's a lot of logistics again.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's a lot.
Business like this definitely requires cash to like stay afloat. Because, for example, for you to get into 1,000 stores, let's say each of them orders, let's say 100 units, whatever. You basically need to like have the money to buy all of this.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have enough money to like wait those 5-6 months to get the cash back.
Yeah, exactly. You basically need to make.
It's not a fast money business.
No, it's not. That's also how it is building a brand, because there's so many people like drop shipping, so many people doing, Amazon FBA, which we also do, but in a different way. We don't do arbitrage. So many people doing all these different fast money businesses, like TikTok Shop, like everything of that sort. But what they're missing out on is, yes, they might be making fast money and they might be able to rinse and repeat this all the time. But in 10 years, they probably won't be able to do that anymore. And what they did was they wasted 10 years of their life where they could have built something that they could actually exit.
Yep.
For like $50 million or even $100 million if they had the right idea. So that's how it is building a brand. It goes slower, and it costs more money. It's harder. It's harder mentally. It's harder physically. It's harder all around. But it pays off so much more because it's so much more fulfilling to actually build something. You know how much I think about like each Christmas, how many kids I make smile with these monkeys.
Yeah.
Like it's
amazing.
Must be
beautiful feeling.
It's a beautiful feeling. Each day I make hundreds of people smile, and even millions sometimes when people see the videos on TikTok and stuff. Like I've now MonkeWorld has over 1 billion views. That's
insane.
A million people smiling, you could almost say, right? So that's a big motivator for me, especially kids and making them happy.
Question. For those monkeys, do you right now manufacture them yourself, or do you still have like a supplier that does it all for you?
Yeah, so now to start off with, we didn't. Now we have an agent where we've set up like a factory who produces only for us. So we don't own the factory or like the equipment inside, but they produce for us solely. Because we have good volume now, right? But they also produce other stuff. The monkeys, they just only do for us.
So you mentioned another thing. I have in my questions here.
Uh-huh.
How do you actually build a brand instead of having just a product? Because, I'm sure you can just have this monkey, have it on a website, whatever. But this is not the same thing. Like MonkeWorld is bigger than that. So how do you build like a 7-figure brand?
Yeah. So I'd say one really important thing is your graphics, to just on a whole basic level. You need good graphics. You need, of course, like a good logo. You need like all that to like build a good foundation to build a brand, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't build a brand without any like brand colors, any like brand logo.
Yeah, it's kind of like brand guidelines, stuff like that.
Brand guidelines, basically. Then what you need next is really, really solid packaging. You probably saw the packaging when you got them, right?
Yeah, I have it right there, but I mean, right there in the other room.
Yeah. So when I started, what the monkeys came in with was a clear plastic bag. And I see they come in like a fully branded, like retail ready box with like straps down it, like
it looks like if they were going on like a rocket ship,
Exactly.
They have the straps like around their body.
It's even though it's just like when I see it, I know, of course, I feel it's a real brand, but I know it's me running the brand. And I know I made that packaging.
Yeah.
But I bet when it's out on the shelves, it looks like a toy brand, like a big toy brand. because the design is just so on fleek and it's so well executed. And the toy packaging designer I fucking found on Fiverr. Like, you know, like
that's crazy.
You can really build a brand from nothing and one person. But how you strengthen the brand and really make it a brand is, I would say, collaborations with other really established and successful brands. So we actually just signed a contract with, Pudgy Penguins, right?
I think I've heard of it, but
yeah,
I'm not
it's
super
like
familiar.
Really one of probably the biggest and like best NFT projects. They do these penguins, and they shout out Luke and Nets, by the way. They do penguins, and they started doing NFTs, and there's these penguins, and now they do it in all kinds of like toys, collectibles. They're in 2,000 Walmarts across the US. And so we're going to produce their penguin in the monkey format. So we're going to be launching a penguin soon of this. So
That should be interesting.
Yeah, people need to be excited for that. But yeah. Yeah, so I would say collab with other brands, get a strong brand fundamentals like colors, logos, packaging is really important. What you also can do in the brand fundamentals is like get to take it on a practical level, like email footers, like basically. Then of course, like I didn't say the obvious, but social media, like that's how you build the basic fundamental for your brand. Like post on social media often, do it branded. However, the brand way seems for you. Because I don't post like my logo in my videos, but I have a specific way I post videos and record videos that people know it's my videos. Like we also talked about earlier. But yeah, social media, brand fundamentals, collabs, new products, packaging, basically everything you can get your hands on, put your brand on it.
However simple that sounds, I mean, from what you said, it just to build a brand, it's a lot about branding.
Yeah.
Because like I totally agree, it has to be like consistent and like, for example, if people see this font or this color, whatever, they already recognize it. Okay, this is this brand specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're like all over the place, then nobody can associate your company or your brand with the product.
Exactly. Like you can, if you look at a picture of a McDonald's cheeseburger, but there's no branding or anything, any logos, any colors, you know it's a McDonald's cheeseburger still. So that's the beauty of branding. But when if there's anybody out there listening who wants to start a brand, you can go online. You can go on Canva specifically. You can make an easy logo in there. You can go on
Fiverr, Upwork. I'm a big fan.
You can go on Upwork and find, or Fiverr, and type in brand like Illustrator or brand manager or something like that, and they'll create your whole brand for you. They'll do all the colors, the logos, like everything around your brand, and they'll deliver it in like a 10-page like presentation basically.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, here in this marketing agency, we work with like different brands. We had to like help them establish their brands, and like the brand guidelines where they basically put all the colors, what background you put on what color, whatever, fonts, all this bullshit.
Yeah,
I think that's probably very important, especially if you like want to scale.
Yeah,
if you just have to be very consistent, because you cannot suddenly just change a font.
Exactly,
or you cannot suddenly change your whole thing.
Consistency when you build a brand is probably the most important thing, because that's very true. Like if you have a font, like a really consistent font on your website, and suddenly the customer scrolls a little further down, it's a different font, that just makes it weird and unprofessional, Yeah,
100%. Do you also sell direct to consumer, or is it just retail?
Yeah, so direct to consumer is the Amazon channel.
Oh, right? Okay, got it.
And the Shopify channel. But what I did was, the things I sell on Shopify, they get fulfilled by Amazon still.
Got it.
So what you can do, which is really smart for any anyone who wants to sell on Amazon or Shopify. If you have a really good product that you know you're going to be like ordering a couple hundred of, maybe 500 or 1,000, depends. You can really order anything and put it into Amazon. If you put it into Amazon, you get 2 sales channels because you can connect that Amazon warehouse and that Amazon stock to your Shopify.
Yeah.
So every time you get an order on Shopify on your website, like actual brand website, Amazon automatically fulfills it. You don't have to do anything. It's all automatic. What you also have now is the Amazon platform with 1 billion visitors every month who all buy something.
That's
basically.
how I got my monkey through Amazon.
Exactly. He got it through
I
Amazon.
love Amazon, bro. They just deliver everything so fast.
Exactly. It's so fast. Like, you get fast shipping, and what you also get with Amazon is incredible reliability from the customer and incredible trust. They don't think twice about ordering unless it has 1 star, right? But if it has 1 star, it's probably not even on Amazon because they remove those listings. So yeah, that's what I really recommend to a lot of my friends starting out with selling products, is send it to Amazon instead of like your own house or a random warehouse at 3PL. Like, do Amazon because they're reliable, they're fast, they have economics of scale, and they can just do it cheaper than everyone else, basically. A lot, like, cheaper than a lot of other people. And then you can have 2-3 sales channels. You can also connect it to TikTok Shop, and you can connect it to Etsy and all these different like seller platforms and eBay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should probably be everywhere if you're selling whatever. I mean, it's all just a matter of like integrating everything. So, for example, if suddenly I'm gonna put it on Etsy, I need to make sure that like the order, like whatever goes through, then it gets fulfilled, all this stuff.
Exactly, but that's what you can do automatically with most of these. So imagine here at Amazon, like as a main like stock warehouse, and then you just have like TikTok Shop, you have Facebook Marketplace, you have eBay, you have Etsy, you have Shopify. Like you have like, let's say you have 7 different platforms where you sell it on. That's like, let's say you just sell a couple extra each day on each one, that like scales up fast. If you have 7 different platforms instead of just 2,
yep,
that's 5 times more, like as much money. So that's how I view it.
In terms of revenue, which sales channel like generates you the most?
Amazon, definitely by far. So
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I would think that maybe now with being in so many stores, it's the retail. But then on the other hand, I kind of realized that you kind of don't know how much you sold until like 6 months.
Oh yeah. So the retail, they buy everything up front. So we don't get the money, but if they don't sell everything of our products, they still have to buy everything. So we don't like just get money for what we sell in their stores. But still, like, retail is like, it is coming quite fast when you look at it percentage wise, like Shopify, Amazon, and retail. It is rising like very fast. I think it's like, I can't remember the exact percentage, but it's getting up there with Amazon. But right now, Amazon takes the number 1 spot, and then retail, and then Shopify.
I mean, that totally makes sense, bro. People buy everything on Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm one of those people. So.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. When I'm here in the US, I buy stuff on Amazon all the time.
I have questions about US because I see you being here pretty often. Do you just come here for like vacations? Do you just come here to like do business, or how does that work?
Business mostly. So what I really focus on over here is in LA. I'm mostly in LA.
Yeah.
I came out here to Miami for 1 meeting, but decided to stay a few days. The reason I came out here wasn't even planned out properly. I just knew that there was Halloween in the US, and that's a big thing here, right? So I had a couple connections, a couple of friends I'd made from some previous trips who like were very well connected to all the influencers here in LA or out in LA. So what I basically did was came out here for Halloween only to go to all these Halloween parties and meet all these big influencers, and of course have some good experiences and make new friends, and just like overall expand my network. And then I also came to have 2 like actual important meetings that I needed over here, right? But what I did to one of these parties was actually I wasn't invited. I didn't get on the list, so I snuck in to the biggest influencer party there was, and it turned out so good. Nobody knew. People didn't bat an eye, basically. So if you can't get in the room, fucking sneak in the room. That's kind of what I say.
Good point. And like, how often do you come here?
Every quarter, basically, like every 3 months, every 2-3 months, kind of depends.
And mostly to LA.
Yeah, mostly to LA. I only really came out here to have a meeting with Luke Nets, shout out, and
here, I mean, in Miami.
In Miami, yeah.
And to see some Latinos too.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of them.
I mean, bro, it's hard not to.
Yeah, bro.
So tell me, what do you think was your most memorable or like the biggest accomplishment you've had in your business so far?
I think most memorable. Gotta think about that.
If you want, we can just come back to it. Think about it.
I know. I think the most memorable experience I had was probably when I just started the business, honestly. Because what happened was the day before I started posting again. Okay, I have a couple, but the day before I started posting again and made the website, I went to dinner at my parents' place, and all my brothers and all the family was there. And nobody knew how bad my situation was. Like I couldn't afford living in my own apartment, which I did at that time. I'd gotten fired. I'd lost my girlfriend, and I gambled a lot of money away. Like I had no money basically, and I was so fucking stressed out. So one of my brothers, he made like a harmless joke about like me being broke or whatever, like that's just how we joke in our family, just like taking the piss. But when he said that, I just stood up from the table and just like rushed out to the toilet, and I just started crying, like just laying down on the floor probably for like an hour. And then after an hour, like my parents came out, like, "What are you doing? Like, are you okay?" And I just opened the door with fucking tears down my face.
I'm good.
And they're like, "Okay, now you need to like get off the apartment lease. You need to, you can live in our basement, and you need to focus on school, and you need to fucking stop gambling." So that's what I did. And ever since then, it's just been a wild ride. So that particular experience was probably the most memorable, because it was like right when I started the business. But the most like happy, most like coolest was probably when I landed my first 225 retail stores, because like we celebrated that with the family in Champagne, and like
I saw some pictures on like a cruise or something.
Not a cruise.
I saw some water, so I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, we had some champagne. We had a good time. And when I actually landed that deal, I was in Switzerland for just like a little vacation with some of my friends. And I was about to go to the spa, and the retailer calls me like, "Okay, let's order this and this and this. 225 stores. You're on. You need to make this happen. You need to make it good." And I was in my robe. I had my monkey in hand, and I was just so fucking right. It was so good. And that's probably the most like wow experience I had in the business, like happy experience, because I went in the spa with my friends, and I was just like, I just made a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
and it's
I'm sure it must have felt good.
I'll fucking like ordered a bottle of like champagne at the dinner later, and we had a good time too. So yeah, those are probably the two main like experiences I really like remember vividly.
Yeah. It's actually very interesting because I was thinking about it yesterday that, a lot of like breakthrough moments in people's life are usually like tragic events.
Yeah.
So for example, for you would be, start with a simple joke saying, "Oh, you're broke," and then like it really like sparked something in you that like
it really
completely changed your mindset. I had an event like this too. I think for everybody it comes in different forms, and people put different importance into different events. For someone could be, I know, one of their family members passed away. For you, it could be just a simple joke that like just
exactly
tore everything apart. For example, I was playing volleyball and like destroyed my leg. Like I broke my knee and shit. Out for like a year.
Holy shit.
That was a big traumatic moment.
Yeah.
But I think this, honestly, was like a wake-up call. I look at this bad event in a positive light because I feel like this taught me so much and really put me on the right direction.
Exactly.
So everybody needs that. If people...
You need like something to like give you a reality check, basically.
Yep.
And what usually happens is it seems so shitty when it happens. Like it seems like you have no chance of like getting better.
Yeah.
But you do. Like, actually, it's funny because the job I got fired from, I was so
You bought the restaurant now?
Yeah. The job the restaurant I got fired from, the fish restaurant, they, like, I would still say they fired me on, like, terms that they couldn't. They just needed to make an example out of one of the fucking normal cooks. But that's another story. And they kind of, like, framed me with, like, I had stolen from the store and I was drunk on shift and it just wasn't true, bro. Like I had to get up for school the next morning. Of course I wasn't drunk on shifts. But anyways, so I was like pissed at them for like in time. I tried to start like a case against them. Because I thought like, what the fuck, how am I supposed to get any money? But now when I look back at that, like I'm happy that they fired me. Like if they hadn't fired me, I would probably like, I don't know what I would be doing, but probably still working just like a regular job or like studying. And there's nothing wrong with like regular jobs and studying. I just personally don't. It's not for me. But it was such a blessing in disguise. And I didn't know it was a blessing at that time. I just thought it was fucking a shit show. It was a blessing in disguise. Probably the biggest one I've had in my life to this point was getting fired from that fucking job.
I think I have two things to say about what you just said. The first one is like, maybe you're right. Maybe if you didn't get fired from this job, you would still feel like comfortable or whatever. Maybe you still wouldn't be like in the best situation, but like you would have some money coming in, so it'd be like more at peace and everything. But you still had this problem in the back of your mind. So honestly, this was again like a reality check.
Exactly.
That was very important.
Huge reality check.
Yeah. And then the second thing that you said is that there's nothing wrong with regular jobs. I absolutely think so too. If you want to live, work a regular job, work in a company, work for someone else, like completely, like we need people like this too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like
not everybody can be
doesn't
entrepreneur
work without normal jobs.
Yeah, but that's, again, not everybody is made for that.
Exactly.
So that's why people start businesses. And some people that may want to work regular job and, I don't know, they're thinking about starting a business, maybe they're just not made for it because they don't know
exactly
how much stress. And like literally when you have a business, it's not like clock in at 9, leave at 5, you're done. It's like on your mind constantly, different. You can't do anything about it.
But yeah, that's like, it goes both ways. Some entrepreneurs aren't made for regular jobs and some regular job workers aren't made to be entrepreneurs. But society needs both. But society needs, I would say it needs both. But society needs regular jobs more than they need entrepreneurs, to be honest.
There's definitely more people that need to work the regular jobs. But then on the other hand, like, if there's no entrepreneurs, who's making those businesses?
Exactly. Like it goes both ways. It's a cycle. But I can really tell why it makes so much sense to just have a regular job. If you have a wife, if you have 2 kids, a car, and a dog, like it makes sense to just have a normal life, a normal job.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're older and you've been in the company for a long time, you actually get paid really good. And then you just get this income every month, and it's a happy life. It's a chill life. It's not stressful at all. It's just like a chill life.
Yeah. I mean, I think with working a job, working a job doesn't mean you can still make like a lot of money.
No, exactly.
I feel like what a lot of people get wrong is that, okay, I'm working in this job and I'm just gonna stay there, absolutely do anything, just do my thing. But I mean, I think people should always like aim higher.
Exactly.
Even within the company itself, like
in big companies, you can really climb the ladder and make a lot of money.
You can make more money than a fucking business, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all like stable.
Yeah. You get money every month, and if you get to some crazy good position in a like a huge law firm or whatever it is, like you can make some people even make like millions, like 7 figures a year, and then you can have a good house, a really nice, a couple of nice cars for your family, one for you, one for your wife. You can have
the kids.
Yeah, one for the kids when they turn 16. You can
16? Oh yeah, 16 here.
Yeah, here.
In Denmark, is it also 16?
No, it's 18 in Denmark.
Okay, yeah, same in Poland.
But you can pay for a good college. Everything. It's just a good, normal, chill life. You make really good money. You have good friends, good family friends, like nice kids. It's just like, what life do you choose to live? It's all gonna work out in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I just believe that people should like aim higher. Even if you work a regular job, always like try to either get promoted or try to. I've seen a lot of like statistics that people are able to like start making more money if they switch jobs rather than if they were to stay in the current job and like get the pay bump or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like the raise. I think like my mom always has said this to me, like if you do something, you need to be the best at it, and you need to give it 100% of what you do. Like if it's washing dishes, if it's fucking cleaning your house, if it's starting a business, if it's working a job, if it's a job interview, like everything you do, be the best at it and give it all you got.
Yep.
Always give it all you got. Yeah.
That's my parents were telling me the same thing.
Yeah.
And also like, even if you think that nobody's watching, like people are watching. Even if you wash fucking dishes, if you like actually do a good job, then someone will eventually notice, even if you don't think they will.
Exactly.
And maybe they'll tell you, oh, let's maybe put you on the fucking cooking.
Exactly.
Now.
And it applies to conversations too. Like if you're a person who likes to talk bad behind other people's backs, it usually turns out that someone tells them what you've said about them.
Yeah.
But imagine if all people like turned that around and started talking good behind other people's back.
Yeah. All of this compounds.
Yeah, because if you talk like really positively about someone behind their back, somebody else is going to tell them what you said about them. But you said something good, you said something positive, and it's going to make them like you so much more, because that feeling of somebody talking good about you when you're not in their presence and they didn't have to, they could have talked shit about you. It's so good because they didn't say it to your face. They told someone else that then told you in confidentiality. Like that hits so much harder when you hear stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it means even more because I could tell you in the face, oh,
yeah,
you're a nice
it means
guy.
so much more.
But like I could be lying. But for example, if I start telling other people, oh yeah, Fred is like this good guy, whatever, then like and you hear about it, that's already means a lot more because I'm ready to like expose how I feel about you to other people.
And people I may not know yet or something. Like if you talk to a guy on the street that I won't meet until a month from now, and he said, oh yeah, Ben, like he fucked with you, like he likes you. Because he told me that. Then oh shit, cool. Like, no, that's nice. You can say so much shit to people's faces and not mean it. I mean, yeah.
So tell me, what's the ultimate plan for MonkeWorld?
The ultimate plan, I'm gonna say it quickly, and I'm gonna do a long-term like plan. So ultimate plan is probably ultimate plan is 1,000 different toys. 1,000 different. It is 1,000, maybe not 1,000. It is a
IP
business. It's
Can you explain
collectible
what's IP business?
Yeah, so an IP business is when it's basically, it can be like children's books, cartoons, illustrations. It's like an IP business is basically Disney is an IP business because they do like cartoons and like illustrations.
Okay, I think I get to, so basically like you have this one monkey, but like you make everything about this monkey, and like this monkey is your intellectual property.
Yeah, intellectual property. That's basically what it is. So you always have your IP when you draw it,
Yeah.
Like it's different with real life toys, but if you draw the monkey, if I drew the monkey right now, I would own that IP if I sent it in to like get trademarked, So no, it's still a little early to tell the people the exact plan, because I'm keeping that kind of close to the chest about what exact characters I'm gonna do next. But I'll tell you this much: I'll do the next. I already told you.
Yep.
The next product is a penguin, and the product after that is a capybara. And then I have 2 more products in line, but I just can't tell you. I wish I could, but I can't. I have to keep that secret for now.
That's fine. Maybe we'll leave it for another time.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. But yeah.
But would you say this is like a business that you want to like keep building? You see yourself building it for your whole life, or are you maybe planning on exiting the business at some point?
I don't have any exit plans as of now. I don't know about my whole life. Maybe I could see this business going, like being a $50 million business because of all the plans and strategies I have. One reason I just didn't want to, I don't want to talk too much about it, like my plans and stuff, is because when I talk about plans and like my strategies, they just seem to fail on me. Like, people steal it. People like, lay traps and like all kinds of different shit. You never know who's gonna fucking trying to fuck you over. But also when you haven't done shit yet and you talk about shit you're gonna do, it feels like you've already done it.
Yeah,
and then
I get what you're saying. I've made that mistake too.
Yeah, I've done that too a lot of times. So that's why I'm not that keen about like talking exact plans and exactly what I'm doing. But I can tell the penguin, the capybara, and then we have a lot of different plans.
Well, I'm looking forward to see that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. I'm curious about the penguin. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So you're from Denmark.
Yeah.
You come here often. So what do you like about US more, and what do you like about Denmark more?
I would say in the US, the network is just incredible. The opportunities is incredible, or are incredible. And everything you basically do, you can do at a bigger scale in the US. Because look at Denmark, it has 5 million people living there.
Yeah.
US has 300. So
even the whole Europe, I don't think has that many
people
as states.
Like that's how much is even is that 300 times more people or something. But or like 30 times more. I don't fucking know. But yeah, what I really like about LA is really the network, because the second night in LA, like my actual second night, the first time I was here, I was invited to a birthday party. And what happened was I met, do you know QCP? Like the pasta bitch guy.
Oh, yeah, the cooking.
Yeah, cooking.
Yeah.
And I met Dixie D'Amelio in my second night ever in LA.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that would never, ever happen in Denmark. Never.
Yeah.
Like, just wouldn't happen. Like, but that's stuff that happens in LA and in the US, and like there's so many more thriving businesses out here in the US. So for business, for network, for making money, for making good connections and partnerships, I would definitely prefer the US for that. but for government structure, for healthcare, for raising a family, for culture, for food, I'll choose Denmark any day. Any day. Because I love Denmark. I love my country. I love being there. I love Copenhagen, my home city. I just love it. Like I when I drive down the roads in Copenhagen, I'm actually like, I feel in love with the city. I can feel like like my heart. I just love it. It's such a good city. But I love LA and Miami also. But Copenhagen is just like, I've lived there since I was a kid. So
I feel you. I mean, Europe is a completely different story compared to here in States. And I have my own things that I don't like about States, like you mentioned, like food, healthcare.
Yeah, the food
horrible.
here is just so bad. Like you can find good food,
but pay like fucking $30 for it.
Exactly, you pay fucking $30 for an appetizer at a restaurant. Like, it's crazy. I was at a restaurant where they charged the most, like, for a normal appetizer was $40 just for a starter.
Here in Miami or in LA?
That was in LA.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, Miami's, I could see this happening in Miami too.
Yeah,
it's not that different.
Crazy. Like, it's crazy pricing. And if you want to actually, because for a family of 4 people, let's say, sometimes it's cheaper for them to just go to McDonald's and get dinner than it is going out, spending time and actually spending money at, Whole Foods or like Target and Walmart, because inflation has like tripled those prices since like the tech bubble. So that's how I feel like the US is kind of fucking over their citizens. Is like, fast food is cheaper than healthy food. And not even healthy food, but just normal food from a supermarket. Yeah. So that's and then there's fucking Red 40 and Blue One and everything, and fucking anywhere and everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, negative of states. I mean, negative of capitalism.
Yeah.
Because everybody has to make money, and all of this comes together like in the long term.
Yeah.
People may not realize that, but for example, the fact that food is cheaper in McDonald's rather than if you were to buy it yourself is on purpose, because then they can keep you on medications, you have problems, whatever. They just make money off of you.
Exactly. It's a I know what you're saying. Because medications is a whole another story that can be covered in a whole
this
another.
Whole industry is
it's fucked. It's corrupt.
Yeah. Do you have any plans on maybe relocating from Denmark?
I've thought about it, because out in LA I have a strong network now after being there 3 times, and I've made some really good friends who live out there, and they said I could stay with them, but I wouldn't relocate 100%. I would just visit them, because that's all I can do. I only have a visitor's visa.
Oh yeah,
I can't get a real visa, so I have to go back every 3 months. Back and forth. But no, I would probably just like visit them for 3 months, go back, visit them again for 3 months, take it like that. But that would probably be in 2024, not right now.
Yeah. Any other places that maybe you've been to or you've been thinking about in the world that maybe you will either live there or just go for the trip, or something that you maybe potentially know, or this might be a very cool place to live in?
I really like Switzerland when I was there.
Okay, I was there too. It's so fucking beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a really beautiful country.
But I think the prices are even more. In the States.
Those prices are fucked up. Like that's for sure. But somewhere beautiful in Europe. I'm not really one of those guys who want to move to fucking Thailand or like Marbella and fucking all these fucking Guru, Dubai. Like I really don't want to move there. I don't want to live there. I think it's like, and to be honest, kind of goofy. I could see it.
You tell them.
Because of the, it's fucking goofy, but I could see because of the tax benefits.
Yeah.
But honestly, there is ways out there you can still gain those tax benefits and not live there. Like,
yep.
Come on, it's not that hard. And out here, like, I'm just going to rant about people now, but out here in Miami also, I probably would never live here. I've been here for 3 days, and people are just so like, the people I've met, they're so distasteful. They don't appreciate stuff. They don't say thank you to the waiters. They don't say I appreciate you. They don't fucking, they fucking at the waiters, snap at the waiters. They're fucking have a shit ton of cash, but money just can't buy taste. Yep. And I can kind of see, like, I kind of have this eye where I can see if you are a person who are genuine and if you're a person who are just full of fucking bullshit and all you have to speak about is your money, your car, your watch. And then I can see, and it's kind of sad because then I can see all the genuine people, they want to follow those distasteful, like, greedy motherfuckers who are just fucking assholes and to be honest, like, losers, like pathetic losers. Like, honestly, because like they follow them because they want to like learn from them and learn to make money with them, whatever. But I just don't think. I just really want to say this because I see a lot of people do it out here, that they just follow money, but I don't think it's worth it because you can build your own legacy, you can build your own company, you can make your own money. You don't need to be hanging around guys who like just don't have any respect for themselves, for others, any taste in anything, and they don't appreciate life. They only have money and that's all they have to speak for themselves about. So that was my little rant about people out here. I just want to say to people, like, be careful who you hang around with, and be fucking careful. You can build your own shit. You can do your own thing. You don't need that many other people to do the right shit. And hang out with a good group of people. It's so important, both for your mental health and for your future. Like, I can't trust it enough. I've been hanging around I've been exactly in that space where it's like, all right, I'm hanging out with these guys because I know they have money. But what really flipped me over was I kind of thought about, what if this dude didn't have any money? What if he was just like a regular dude?
Yeah.
I would never hang out with him. That's kind of what, like, then I was like, what the fuck am I even doing here? Because people were doing, it was like at these big events, like people were doing coke in their bathrooms and like, who wants to fucking get a little bump? Like, people were asking me, and just this whole ordeal that I just could tell it wasn't healthy for me because they had a shitload of money. They had Ferraris, fucking Lamborghinis, Bentleys, whatever, big cars and big watches and diamonds and fucking Rolexes, and they had all this shit that might be something that people want. But if you're in that and if you submerge yourself in that, it's just not worth it. It's really not worth it. Like you need to better yourself and better your circle, and you'll do so much better. You do so much better.
I agree. I totally agree with everything that you just said. But I mean, I think you are probably a tiny bit biased just because you've been here only for like 3 days, and also like Brickell is like the area where all those people with money hang out. So I could see. Exactly. Honestly, like, people here, I love people in Miami. They're like always so lovely. There's
that's what I feel like. Because out in LA, I've been in the right places. Here in Miami, I don't feel like I've visited all the right places. I've only stayed like right in the middle of Brickell. Yeah. There's just so many other fucking.
Have you been to people. Like Miami Beach?
Nope. Haven't.
Well, next time you come, I'll take you to the good places.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, even like here, I speak a little bit of Spanish because I learned by being here. But I just love going to like Cuban bakeries, all those older ladies. They're just always so nice.
Yeah, they're sweethearts.
¿Cómo estás, mi amor? Or whatever. They're always just so lovely and nice. So, especially Latino people. So all depends where you are and like who you surround yourself with.
It really depends on which areas you are in, I guess.
I mean, Brickell and like South Beach, I feel like this will be the place where the like most assholes are.
Yeah. Because, like, I've met a ton of assholes already. And it's like, they're cool, but I met a 22-year-old the other day. He had a shit ton of cash. he had no taste. And when one of his guys was on a business call, he sat there like making sex sounds and like a kid. Like, bro, you're 22 years old. You might have Ferrari, you have a fucking AP on your wrist, but you have no taste. That doesn't mean no shit. Respect. You have no chill. Like get it together, bro. Like, and that was just like kind of what blew me away. But
I think that's also the problem with the fast cash, because people like, apparently like people say that if you make a lot of money, that just amplifies the way you are. So if you were kind of like an asshole,
exactly,
even like a little bit of an asshole, then if you make money, this fast money, you like haven't earned it by hard work, then you're basically amplifying you being a little asshole into a big ass asshole.
Exactly. And that's what I've been feeling. But I mean,
listen, next time you come, I'll show you the right places.
Yeah, you need to show me a good time next time.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be good.
When are you gonna come next time? 3 months?
Probably 2 months. Probably 2 months from now.
Okay, but
because I think a lot of people are telling me that December is kind of dead over here, because people are going back to their families.
True.
You said that too. You booked flights yesterday, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think December is slow. I really like November's here because this is like the time when also the weather is not as hot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a spring type of vibe, but it's still like warm. I would say the best time to visit Miami is probably like between November and like March.
Okay.
Because then like people are here. It's not as hot, because in the summer here, it's basically, it can be super sunny, everything, and then suddenly like dark clouds come in. It's like fucking tropical storm for 5 minutes and then sun again.
Okay.
And apart from that, it's hot as shit.
Yeah.
And it just, the moisture in the air, you cannot breathe.
Yeah, the moisture,
You literally walk out of the wherever.
Yeah.
Usually in every building there's AC, you walk out, you fucking drenched in sweat.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
But there are trade-offs. But Miami is such a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Gotta deal with it.
I'll definitely come back. Probably off in maybe January or February. I don't know. January probably.
Sounds good. Okay, listen, I have a few more questions. So I've seen, and I follow your dad on Instagram, Twitter. I see that like you probably made an account for him and everything.
Yeah, I run it. I ran his account. I don't really run it anymore. Nobody really runs it. It's just dead. But I created an account for my dad.
Yeah, I think it's, from what I read and I learned a little bit about your dad, basically he's also an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And he was selling bottled water.
Bottled water, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
tell me about it.
My dad, he's been a really huge part of my life, and I love him dearly. And he's been a really great mentor for me when I've started this business.
Yeah.
And he actually owns 20% of the business, because when I actually incorporated the actual business, I was just like, all right, let's incorporate it together. Then we own something together, and then that's gonna be fun. But no, he sold bottled water under a brand called Aquador back in, I think he sold the first part of the company in 2006, and he started in I want to say the 90s or late 80s. I can't really remember. But no, he's 60 years old now. He's a CEO in a company selling headsets for the military, like Bluetooth headsets. So underwater Bluetooth headsets. That's how it is. Yeah. So that's what he does now. He helps a little bit with MonkeWorld. What he mainly helps with is teaching me stuff, like showing me how to do stuff, negotiating, like teaching me how to negotiate, and utilizing his big network, because he's built that over 40 years now, right?
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's such a counterintuitive idea to sell fucking bottled water.
Yeah, it's convenience. He was one of the first guys who discovered how big of a thing convenience was going to be. Because when you're in a store, you can easily buy a bottle of water, because it's just so easy, and it's good water too. It was spring water, right? So So they also did like tests on is tap or spring better, and he of course with the brand won all those tests, and it was just a really.
But so the tap water in like Denmark and the Scandinavian journal was like pretty.
It's
clean.
really good. It's really good. It's really clean, the tap water, but the spring water still won all the tests. I can't remember on what basis, but they did. They did.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from your dad?
Oh, there's a few. I would probably say don't expect good things from everybody.
Okay.
Don't expect good things from everybody. Like, you can know many people, you can be friends with many people. They'll pretend to like you sometimes. Sometimes they will actually genuinely like you. But when you're a good person, deep inside your heart, a lot of people is going to see that and take advantage of your kindness and of your of you being genuine. And they're gonna like, there's a bunch of different ways people can fuck you over. And yeah. So never expect good things from everybody, because some people just by heart are assholes, and some people are very hurt or traumatized from something earlier in the past, and they have to project it out on someone else. A lot of parents who hit their kids, they got hit themselves when they were a child, and that's a trauma for them, so they have to like release it to their kids. So you never know what's going on with people, but just always be careful about the kind of relationship you enter with a person, because if you over leverage yourself into one personal relationship, if it's a friend or if it's a girlfriend or boyfriend, they sometimes can really fuck you over if you're not careful of what you're doing. That's probably the most like valuable thing I've learned from my dad.
I kind of very much like it, because even though you both are into like entrepreneurs business, this specifically wasn't like about business, it was more about like the life itself.
Exactly.
But like in business, relationships with whoever it is, your suppliers, your fucking customers.
Business is relationships, basically. It's always relationships.
And relationships also everywhere, like that's outside of business. So
exactly.
I really like this advice, and I absolutely agree with that. We actually had a question from the audience. We got it on Twitter from a guy called Nilo New Day.
Okay.
And he was asking, what would you do differently in the early stages of your company to save money, save time and resources?
I saw this question. Now I have the knowledge that I have now to start. So if I were to start again, basically the same company.
Yeah.
I would, I'm just going to take it on a practical level. I would go on Alibaba. I would find a solid supplier. I would get samples before I placed a big order, which was one of the mistakes I didn't do with the other guys who couldn't ship it anyway. I would write a contract with them to make sure that they had to ship the right products. Otherwise, I would get my money back and the product shipped. Then I would probably launch on Amazon instantly. That's what I've been telling a lot of my peers to do if they want to sell products, like launch on Amazon, because it's so much easier for you, for everyone else to buy your product and find your products. And I would probably break up with my girlfriend if I had one. Honestly,
that's a little rough advice, but listen,
because girlfriends. I have a lot of friends who just got girlfriends, and dude, they spend so much time together. You're so unfocused.
Distraction.
Yeah, if you get a girlfriend, you need to like have something going for you first. You need to have some sort of income, if it's from a business or a good job. I feel like that's just my personal opinion. And you need to get a girl who can support you and who doesn't need to be with you all the time and is like clingy. That's like what you really need. Because if you get a girl and you're together with her, you don't do anything, but you just hang out 10 hours a day and 7 days a week. Like, it's just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I get it if you're in like the honeymoon phase, because that is true. I've been in it with my past girlfriend, but it's just so unproductive if you want to actually do some shit in your early life. I mean, yeah, that's... Do you have a girlfriend?
Yep.
Yeah.
2
How
years.
long? 2 years?
That's about to hit 2 years.
And how old are you now?
23.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, like, I found the right girlfriend.
Yeah,
I can't complain about it. She's very supportive about everything I do.
And you don't have to be with her, like, 24 hours a day.
Sometimes I do, but...
Yeah, sometimes. I'm not saying that you can't do it all
of course.
Sometimes. But, like, I'm just, like, looking at how my friends are doing it right now. They've been together for, like, a couple months. Like, the honeymoon phase should be over by now. But, you know, they cancel plans. They always say, like, oh, Fred, I want to start this business. I want to do this and that. And I was like, all right, let's go play a round of golf. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you what you need to know. And he'll go,
oh, sorry, my girlfriend didn't let me.
I need to see my girl. Sorry. I'm like, bro.
I kind of don't blame them because, like, people just sometimes don't know any better, especially, like, younger people.
Course.
But, like, I think what's missing, like, purpose, because, you know, I think in relationships always should be, like, myself, I'm the number one focus.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not good, I cannot bring anything to the table for the other person.
You need to bring something to the table, and you need
especially as a man.
Yeah, especially as a man, you need to respect yourself also. You need to, if you say you're gonna do some shit, you need to do it. Because if I told you I was gonna come here today, and I canceled 20 minutes before, that would be extremely disrespectful, and I wouldn't be respecting you. But if I told myself that I was gonna do something, and I said, nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. That's exactly the same thing, just over for yourself. You're disrespecting yourself like a motherfucker, and that's what you don't want to do. You want to have a high level of self-respect. You don't want to be one of those, like, oh, let me smoke a cigar and be Sigma. Like, because, like if you say you're a Sigma, you're not a fucking Sigma. Like, you need to get it together. You need to do some shit. Or Sigma or Alpha, whatever it's called. It's called Alpha, right? It's called. Yeah. That's my bad. But, yeah, I just think you need to definitely bring something to the table. You need to, like, respect yourself in terms of, like, doing shit you want to do and actually doing it. And that's basically it. And then you need to have it, like, you don't need to have this, but I would say still, like, take care of your body. Like, that's important. But that basically goes under self-respect, I guess.
100%. I feel like also... me and you are wired a bit differently because we come from Europe. I feel like the mentality. I mean, I met so many people here. Some people are just so retarded.
Yeah,
like, and like,
bro, it's true.
In Europe, like, I think everything is like more strict, but that's why people have like more values, more integrity.
Yeah,
and that's why, for example, like, I think you can rely on a European person more than like an American person.
Yeah, you can definitely. Also, especially here in Miami and LA, like, people just straight up lie to your face. Like, you say, oh, all right, let's go to do something this Saturday, and they cancel an hour before because they were never going to do it. They just couldn't say no because they don't know how to say no. So, you know, that's also, like, be like, a definitive person. Like, if I don't like something, I tell the person I don't like it. Like, if you're at a restaurant, oh, is the food good? And it's actually terrible, tell them, like, because they can probably make it better. This happened to me yesterday. Like, I ordered, like, some dumplings and some fries. The dumplings were fine. The fries were, like, soggy as fuck. So they came down. My buddy has said, oh yeah, everything is good, because that's just standard to say. But there, I just said, no, actually, could you, like, fry my fries a little bit more? I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. They did, and they were amazing. So what point? The point with that is like you can always better your situation if you go a little out of your way to actually make something happen.
Yep.
And that's you can apply that to everything with starting a business. If you actually go out your way to starting a business, you can start a business.
Yeah.
But if you just say, oh, it's fine, like whatever, my life is fine right now, like I'll fucking keep working my job. And
I think before you just said, even with like the simple example of restaurant, it's like people going out of their way to like actually say something. I feel like some people may just like think that if they say something, it's gonna sound bad, but like you can say this still in a very nice way.
Yeah, exactly. Like yesterday, I was like, actually, I this is how I said it. Like, I hate to be this guy, but could I actually get my fries fried a little bit more? I would really appreciate it, please and thank you. Like in a really respectful, like be respectful in how you speak to people. And that's also another thing. You never know. You can never expect good from everyone, but you always also never know who you're talking to. You never know. Like, I was in a bar sometime, and it was owned by this big, like, huge, like, bar company and like clubbing company called Recom in Denmark, and like UK, Norway, all Scandinavian, Europe, and their revenue is like 150 million a year or something. I walked into this it was like a tavern. Like you walked in, it was founded in 1812 or something, like 200 years ago. And it was just like this fucking small ass like thing. And then I walk up, get some beers, and I start talking with the guy behind the counter. And right beside the counter is a table. And one guy goes to me like, "Oh, do you work at Recon?" And I was like, no, I just like being in the bars, they're really cool and, like great staff, I just like a little like great staff, right? And they laughed and he goes, "Oh, you'd be a good promoter." And he would probably know. And then he pointed at the guy behind the bar. And I was like, "Oh, why is that?" And then he goes, "Because he founded Recon. He founded the whole thing, and he's working in this little tavern because he likes it. But if you're some kind of like boasted up asshole with a shit lot of money and like just came in there, "Oh, give me some fucking beers," and like just treated them with shit, they were like, you would never know that he actually founded the whole fucking company.
Yep.
Who owns basically every bar in every city and fucking every
So let me ask you this. Also, with your current knowledge, let's say MonkeWorld like never existed. With your current knowledge, if you had to go all into something, what would you do?
You couldn't, like right now?
Yeah. Like right now, MonkeWorld disappears.
Okay.
You're in this state, you know everything, you already like run this company.
Yeah.
If you had to go all in into something, what would you pick?
I do know one thing I would really pick. I actually know two things. But again, they're such good ideas. Like, I just don't want to, like, reveal them. I probably... fuck, I don't know.
You don't have to say. I understand.
Nah, I can't say it, but I can say this. It's going to be so much fucking easier. Like, I can easily put a company to work now because all the connections, all the experience, all the practical knowledge, basic knowledge, it would be so much easier right now to like start a company.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm sure it would do good too. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, listen, maybe the time will come.
Yeah, maybe.
So I have last question. I ask this question every single guest. So this podcast is named Better Globally. We explore the art of becoming better in every way, in health, life, relationships. So you, Fred, what's your number one advice for people to become better globally?
Better globally.
Say it to their face.
All right. If you want to become a better person, I have some tips for you. Every person you meet, every every person you meet from this point on, be as kind as you ever can to them. Even if they're fucking assholes, even if they're fucking arrogant, be kind to them. Ask them about their life. Ask them some deeper questions. Be kind to waitresses. Ask them how their day was. Ask them if the shift was stressful. Start going to the gym at least 3 times a week. Start eating cleaner. Start going out to meet people. Even if you don't like going to clubs, to bars, whatever, go anyways. You never know who you're going to meet. And just be a good person overall to everyone. Say please and thank you every time someone does something for you. Always remember when people do stuff for you, even if it's the smallest things. Remember the time they did you a favor. And yeah, I think that's like about it. Like, go to the gym, take care of your body, take care of your friends, and take care of everyone you don't know yet on a personal level, but everyone you just met. Take care of everyone and just be a genuinely good person. I think that's about it.
Well, I mean, listen, you guys heard it from him. That was perfectly said. So I have one gift for you.
A gift? All right.
So every person that comes on this podcast, I want to start to make a tradition, gets a gift. By the shape, I don't know if you can tell what it is, but listen, here's my token of appreciation. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I think I know what this is.
Let's see. Don't look at the packaging.
Does it start with Alex?
With what?
Does it start with Alex?
No.
No? Okay. So, all right. Michael A. Singer, The Surrender Experiment.
So I personally haven't read this book, but my good friend, he's also been on a podcast, recommended me this book.
Really?
And he told me it was like very life-changing for him. And he gave me a brief overview of what it's about. And I always try to like give the book specifically to the person. I feel like you're so young. You're already very successful. You have a lot of things ahead of you.
Yeah.
Only just fucking 20 years old.
Yeah, I'm 20.
You probably have like 150 years left. And I think this will help you guide you through the challenges of life.
You didn't have to give me a gift. Thank you, man.
Of course,
I really
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
So in case anyone wants to get in touch with you or do anything, where do they find you?
You can find me on Twitter under Frederik Feldt, or you can find me on Instagram under Frederik Feldt. I don't have any dating apps, so you can't find me there, unfortunately. But no, catch me on Instagram, on Twitter. Yeah, that's the places to be.
All right, so for everyone, thank you for listening. This was a great episode. Learned a lot. Thank you, Fred, for coming.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maybe we'll be able to get your dad on the podcast in Denmark.
Probably.
We should definitely run another one in Europe. Or listen, if you're in Poland anytime,
let's do it.
Have you ever been?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, now then it's time.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the winter because it's kind of fucking cold.
My friend goes a lot actually to Poland.
It's very nice.
He goes fucking hunting.
Hunting?
Yeah.
I haven't been hunting myself, but maybe I'm not going to take you hunting, but I'll take you to some good spots.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys
for
Appreciate
everything.
It.
And till next time.
Bye.
All right,
bro.